Hey YouTube, this is Itchy, and this video is in response to a video that Sheilaaliens posted today. She recorded a canary yellow sky in Tucson, Arizona, and I'll just run through this vid real quick. And I commented on her page, and I want to share with you what my response to her was. First of all, I want to show you what uranium looks like. And I want to remind you that not only in Chernobyl, but in Japan at the start of the Fukushima crisis, residents all around northern Japan were frantically calling the government, asking them why there was a yellow residue on their roofs and on their cars that was coming out of the rain. And the officials suggested that it was caused by pollen, which is the same line of crap that they gave the people that lived around Chernobyl. And I'll put a link to this article at the bottom. The best way to avoid radiation in our air, and the only way that we're going to find out exactly how bad the levels are and what has been dropped over here, is if we have a full-scale radiation survey that is done of the soil and water in this country. And at this point, it's got to be done by independent people because the government is hiding this information from us. Now, this article came out in ABC News on March 15th, right after the reactor explosions, and they talk about how the best way to limit radiation exposure is to stay indoors. If you're in a brick house or a house with a rock face, you're safer, and you're more safe the deeper into the ground you go. So that's something that you can find all over in a nuke disaster accident, how to avoid lethal levels of radiation. We don't know what's going on, and all I know is I've never in my life seen canary yellow skies before this summer. This is the sky that I saw 3 days ago in the morning. I started shooting it because of these red clouds. This is not color corrected. This is the color the sky was. And here's that canary yellow again. And I've seen it at sunrises, I've seen it at sunsets. And uranium is not the only isotope that can cause yellow fallout. Strontium does, iodine 131, 133 does. This has been proven by samples that have been taken in some of the areas that were hit early on with the Fukushima radiation. The problem is this is still going on. And when this article came out, we thought this was the worst of it. The general public is under the impression this has all gone away because it's dropped out of the news. And the problem is we have news companies that are owned by companies that also make nuclear reactors, like GE, for instance, who happened to build the reactors that blew up in Japan, the Mark I boiling water reactor. So before I replied to her, I wanted to check the jet stream because it's not a normal path of travel to be dipping as low as Tucson. I put out a video a couple days ago that showed that there were, in addition to the blue lights that we know are neutron beams, there's also been orange and green lights occurring. And those lights showed up on the Tepco cameras on the 21st and 22nd of October. So that would have taken, if it was the 21st, it takes approximately 3 days for whatever is going on at Fukushima to hit the West Coast. So 22nd, 23rd, 24th, we put in the 25th so we can see exactly where it was. I'm running it for 10 days. Here's where it was the 26th. And as you can see, it went right over Tucson. I would tell anybody that you know that lives in this area, especially if they're pregnant or they have little kids, that they should plan on staying indoors for a while, limit their time outside until we can get a better handle on this. Because I'm worried that this is a bad sign of the releases that are going on, and we're not going to find out until we start seeing spikes on the graph, which I checked today for Tucson also, and I'll bring it up here. Here's the 27th. I mean, it was spiking a little. It's still above levels of what people should be exposed to. It should be at 50, as you can see, since the end of May. These levels have been consistently over 100, almost 200, here over 200, here almost to 300. And most recently, the highest spike that it's had, which looks like it was about 320, 325, occurred probably around October the 22nd, 23rd. So Sheila, you may be seeing fallout in that area. And I will just be careful. I will keep digging and trying to find out everything I can about this situation. And I'll get back to you when I have more information. Thanks. Stay safe, everybody.